Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and one of my hobbies is designing small EDC survival kits. I love doing this. I've got tons of different options, and I'm actually going to introduce one of these every once in a while, just so you can see kind of the depth and breadth of what I end up building. They go from the microscopic little ones to carry every day, to larger ones like this one, to bigger ones, to ones I carry for long distance travel. But I thought I'd start out with this. What this is a Badlands accessory pouch. It's designed to snap right into any existing kind of belt or ladder lock system like this, or molly. It has ladder locks across the front, in webbing, as well as larger grab points. I always keep a carabiner on these things somewhere. This particular carabiner, a couple of features. I like the orange. In fact, this whole theme is orange. It has a smooth gate here, so it does not catch if I'm trying to quickly slide it out. As you can see, there is no hook on the gate, so it's very simple to just slide it right out of whatever it's connected to. That's deliberate. This one, I also use a climbing rated carabiner. I never have the not for climbing carabiners, the freebies, the simple ones, the keychain carabiners. Those will get you killed. I always have a real carabiner that is designed to hold body weight under distress, such as a fall. No questions asked. They're not that expensive. You mess around with the other stuff, you're going to count on it someday and it's going to let you down. So, that out of the way, let's go inside. This is a double zipper. Badlands is notorious for having some bad zippers. They've updated that in the future, but I mean in the present, but which was the future for this guy. But so far it seems to still work. Inside, what do I have? Let's start out here. Notebook, field notes kind of idea. It also burns, so this is a fire starter as well. You can see the orange. Here's a orange compass. This is the Brunton. It also has a whistle built in, marginal whistle. So I also carry a more functional whistle in case this outdoor slimline whistler is much better than this, but it's backup. Not that I get into backups that much. Solid compass, seems to work fairly well. I put a lanyard that barely fits over my head. That's by design. So I can carry this and refer to it often if I'm on the move. Little bit of duct tape. I had some orange duct tape, and it didn't work all that well, so I've got basically like a hank of regular silver duct tape. Here's the Benchmade bug out. This is a excellent solid ultralight knife, S90V steel, G10 scales. Definitely a good emergency knife. I would go with something bigger, but I consider a lot of this a backup in some cases. In here I've got a Sawyer water filter with the straw. This is a system designed to get out most of the bad stuff if I'm having to drink from any particular bad water source, or I can put it in line into a larger water filtration system using hoses. I usually do that with larger ones, because they clog up at the small level much faster. But it's a good one. I can drop it down into a water source and get some drinking water. This is a Leatherman. This is the Juice S2. Again, orange, decent little set of pliers. Knives, etc. The multi-tools are great. I don't think they work as good as knives alone, especially non-locking knives. You can see that. So I supplement it with a deliberate knife, because those are probably the knife might be the single most important tool. But anyway, I like it for the pliers, and if you're going to have pliers, it's not bad to have a multi-tool as well. Paracord. This is the standard 550 stuff, enough to do some things, build shelters, etc. It's cut to the size to fit in here. It's less than 50 feet, but most of the time what you need is smaller sections of it, and you're cutting it off and then working with the smaller pieces to tie things down in different areas. So Works great. This is a set of matches. This is the Exotac match container. Contains some of these longer matches, like hurricane matches, as well as an extra striker. And this particular one also contains a base plate of the striking material as well. Here we go. We've got the Exotac. This is a Bic lighter cover. It is watertight, so you can completely immerse your Bic lighter in the water and still be able to pop it free and use it, plus it floats. It's a good solid design to protect it, since the Bic lighter is generally the go-to. And I put this Paracord cover, or the connector on it, that holds the lid. I did that deliberately. I tried a couple of designs, went with this one. So you can hook it to something if you needed to. I'm not sure why. But it also keeps the cap on it should you encounter some rough times and the cap gets popped off. Here is this is the Exotac. This is a ferrocerium rod. It's fire starter, and it has some fire tinder inside the base. A lot of times people are a little nervous about using the blade of their knife. Well, in an emergency situation, that's totally fine. But also, you want to see, can you scratch your fingernail with this corner edge of the spine? In this case, I can literally do that, which means I will have no trouble if I really apply pressure striking this. But in an emergency, obviously using the blade might dull it a little, but it will give you a very strong strike. So that's important. So I've got that. And then the last thing is a Fischer Space Pen. I wish they had this in orange. They probably do. I just don't have one. And that's designed for writing notes, etc. And this is their bullet pen. Very small, lightweight, svelte, to go with the notepad. Anyway, so that's one of the EDC kits I have. I use this one often. I just throw it in the bottom of my pack when I'm out hiking or traveling. It's got most of the stuff that I would need, and then if I increase the size of the pack, I will supplement it with more, or I will scale everything down for a smaller pack, and I'll get to those later. So, with that, Doc out.